Hello there, and welcome back to the quarantine lessons that we're doing. Just in answer to a quick email that I had in terms of a suggestion for a video, how do I improve the quality of strike around the green on my chip shots? Well, to do this, rather than going into a lot of technique about chipping, which is actually relatively straightforward, I just want you to imagine and picture the impact that you're trying to create in a slightly different way. The problem with chipping and shots around the green is the brain is using the logical side of itself to try and get you to elevate the golf ball. Now this is going to result in a shot where you perceive that the club head, the front of the club leading edge here, has to somehow find that minute gap beneath the crescent of the back crescent of the golf ball and fit between there and the ground. I mean, that would be an impossible objective to achieve every time anyway. And interestingly, technically, in order to achieve that, the grip of the club, if you watch it now to achieve that, would have to be moving backwards. The club would at best be stationary, but it would have to be moving backwards for you to find that little gap with the front edge of the club. And that's not what happens in golf. It's a dynamic movement, and the grip is always moving this way in your golf swing, always. So if the club is consistently moving this way, what actually happens at impact is that the face of the club is the first thing to hit the golf ball. We don't hit the ground until after the ball has been struck by the face of the club. This may make it easier for you to picture what's actually happening there. You're not trying to find that tiny gap underneath the golf ball. You're actually trying to just present the face of the club to the golf ball. And the loft on that face, which is not your concern, will determine how far and how high it goes. Another way to think of it, a good analogy this, is that if you were in a swimming pool now, up to your waist in water, and wanted to splash someone who was 5 yards away from you, how would you do it? I guarantee you that every one of us, rather than trying to pick up water in our hand and throw it towards the person, would actually just get their hand and hit it hard down onto the surface of the water. This will project a jet of water to the person you're trying to splash. Golf's no different. What you're actually trying to do is find the golf club with the correct amount of loft on it, like your hand, whether you want a low splash or a high splash of water, and then all you're doing is hitting your golf club down onto, in our case, the ball, in your hand's case, the water. And if you have that in mind, that downward hit on the golf ball being the imperative thing for a good short game strike, you won't go far wrong. Even in the garden while you're on quarantine, you should be able to practice this. So just get yourself a lofted club, short distance to hit the golf ball, and instead of now trying to play a golf shot, just imagine you're hitting the water with your hand and you're hitting downwards through the shot to get the stroke that you want on the ball. And you can just feel it when you get it right. It's just a consistent downward hit on the golf ball, which can be very accurate. Okay, hope that helps. Give it a go, and it should get out of your mind the thought of trying to loft the golf ball. Take care, be safe, see you soon.